Let's say that you have a friend whose dad will not let her do anything that he deems to be remotely risky. He pretty much won't let her be alone. She has to be with someone at all times because he considers her to be fragile. He is so controlling over every single aspect of her life that once she gets old enough to go off to college by herself, he actually contacts the college in advance and explains to them that his daughter is so fragile and needs all sorts of extra caretaking, even though she actually doesn't. She's pretty capable of handling herself. And he even forces your friend's sibling to stay behind and watch her because he doesn't believe that she can manage her own life. What would you think of that? Would you think that he is extremely overbearing, controlling, manipulative, abusive, any sort of similar words in that vein? Now, let's add in that also, once she arrives at college, all of her new classmates and her teachers call her a loser to her face. Just every single one of them immediately upon meeting her. That would be a huge red flag, right? Now, let's add in that one of her teachers physically pushes her to a place that she doesn't want to go, but physically puts her hands on her and pushes her into another room. That is not okay, right? Let's also add that some of her supposed friends go behind her back and set up this whole grand joke at her expense where one of them convinces the other to ask her out of pity, while a third friend watches on, smiling and thinking, oh, this is so funny and clever. Wouldn't that look like bullying to you? Does any of this sound like a problem to you? Because all of this is what is happening to Nessa constantly in every single scene. Every single moment of her existence is her father controlling her, her peers and her teachers criticizing her. In this case, they're calling her tragic and not a loser, but being called tragic every single time somebody meets you is not a positive thing. They're essentially saying your life is so sad and meaningless. I don't even understand why you bother living it. People are not willing to see these things for what they are when they are very obviously abuse and bullying. He is in a wheelchair and people have their own biases that they are applying to the situation regarding how the life of a person in a wheelchair is viewed and valued. And that lines up with the things that the people are saying and doing to Nessa. So they're not willing to see it as abuse, but it is abuse and it is bullying. Nessa is a victim.